What's going on, guys? It's Derek from E4TCG, and I'm here to talk about Pokemon Horizons episode 142 and 143. Now, you're probably wondering, Derek, how come you didn't just do 142 by itself? Well, that's a good question. I didn't do that because episode 142 and 143 are a two-parter. And I was like, I want to watch the second part before I give an official review about how I felt about these episodes. But what I didn't know is that episode 143 would take 2 weeks to come out after episode 142. So that's why it took me a little bit of time to get this video out. But let's just get right into it, you know what I mean? I like these two episodes a lot, especially how episode 143 ends, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But the Volteca gang, you know what I mean? They make their way over to Lumiose City, and they need Alt to give them a tour because he's from there. And we get there and we get to see Emma again, who has her new Pokemon Legends ZA attire on. And if you played the game, and if you're a man of culture, yes, yes it is. And I was like, hey, we got my girl Emma back. That's what I'm talking about. And she's there to see how Alt and Roy are doing. Because, remember, Roy met Emma back when he first met Alt a couple episodes before when he got the card and everything, he got a Mega Evolution and all that good jazz. And she's happy to see them. She brings him into her office to try to make some coffee, but she forgets she don't got no coffee. But she tells us she got a new assistant, and her new assistant is Navi. And she got the coffee. She's shocked to see all the Pokemon in the room because she's like, oh shoot, there's bad Pokemon here. I love Pokemon. She's still kind of young, so she can't drink the coffee. But she's talking to everybody. Roy and Alt introduce Liko and Dot to Emma, and Emma gets a call from this lady who got a job for her, who's looking for her Pokemon Kabrink, and they gotta find it in the city somewhere. It's gone missing. So they go looking and they find that my boy Ivor from Pokemon Legends ZA. If you know the game, you know what that is. He got it. He got the Pokemon. Apparently, he found it somewhere on the street. He looking for whoever owns it. But they're like, yo, that's our Pokemon. And he's like, what are you talking about? Battle me for it. And I was like, all right, man. This man about his business. I like that. I like that. And I like him a lot too because he uses Phalanx and he uses Mega Phalanx too. And Mega Phalanx is one of my favorite Pokemon out there. If you know me, I'm a big fan of Night Pokemon. So like Mega Phalanx, Mega Chestnut, you know what I'm saying, Mega Heracross, anything that has to do with some type of Night Spear, Mega Embor. You know what I mean? They're probably gonna be on my team. You know what I mean? They're probably gonna be on my team. So I like that he uses that. I'm like, yeah, let's see what he's gonna do. He's gonna battle Roy, and Roy uses Mega Lucario Z, which is the new Mega Lucario form that we got in the most recent Pokemon expansion, and it's pretty clean. Honestly, I'm not gonna front. It's pretty clean. You know what I mean? I thought the old Mega Lucario design was kind of boring. Honestly, I thought it could have gone a little harder. So this one, I'm like, hey, there we go, Roy. There we go. You ain't even gonna have to use that form no more. Only Mega Lucario Z. So they're going back and forth. They're fighting, boom, 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 boom. And this is when I saw some BS. This is when I saw some BS. So if you know about the Pokemon Phalanx, it's essentially 5 Pokemon in one. And the middle Phalanx in Mega Phalanx was starting to get tired. You know what I mean? He was starting to get tired, and Roy noticed that. You know what I'm saying? Because they were going back and forth. Roy was going close combat. Phalanx out here doing his thing. And Roy's like, yo, that middle Phalanx looking a little suspect. So you know what he tell Lucario to do? He told Lucario to punch the middle one. Tell Lucario to punch the middle one. So he punches the middle one, and the middle one gets knocked out. So because the middle one gets knocked out, Phalanx de-evolves from Mega Phalanx back to the regular form, and Roy wins. And he gets the Kabrink back. I was like, man, they hold my boy Ivor. That should have been his. That should have been his dub. But he was like, I didn't want to, you can have the Pokemon, that's fine. I was looking for the rightful owner anyway. And they're like, oh, we misunderstanding. We thought you stole it. He's like, nah, 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 I didn't steal it, but I wanted to fight for my freedom though. That's what I do. I was like, all right, man, so I respect that. So they give the Pokemon back. And while all this is happening, Navi actually visited everybody on the ship, the Brave Asagi, and she has this dream ball that she carries around with that her mother gave her that she's supposed to use on the Pokemon she feels like going to be able to help her fulfill her dream. Surprise! So she carries a Pokeball around with her all the time, and she actually left it on the Brave Asagi when she went to go look for the Pokemon. And if you remember from our last review, the Rising Voltecus picked up the Ditto, right? He picked up a Ditto, and he's been living on the ship, and the Ditto found the Pokeball. So the Ditto jumps off the ship, and he's trying to find Navi to get the Pokeball back to, right? So at the end of this episode, Navi's like, oh shoot, my Pokeball's gone. I need that Pokeball. My mom gave me that Pokeball. We gotta go find it. So her, Dot, Alt, Rico, Roy, everyone, they're searching the city for this dang Pokeball. And then we go to episode 143. So episode 143, we follow Diddle as he goes around the town looking for Navi to give the Pokeball to. So he's going around, he's doing his tricks, he's changing, transforming, and then eventually we find eventually Navi finds Diddle on the bench because Diddle was like he took a break, and then he found the Pokemon, he found him walking around, and then he found them. And he gives the Pokeball back to Navi. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. And then they start playing, having a good time. And I get you all know where this is leading. You all know where this is leading. But you can't just do it all in one go. You gotta wait a little bit. So you know what I mean? They're playing, and then they're like, all right, our ship is prepared. We got all our provisions. We gotta get out of here. See you later, Emma. See you later, Navi. We leaving. And when they're leaving, they're taking Ditto too. They're taking Ditto with them. So Navi's like, I don't know what I want to do. I kind of want to go with them. Like, I kind of want to live my dream, but I said I'm little. And Emma's like, if your dream's calling to you, you should take it. You know what I mean? That's the whole point of the dream ball, right? If the dream is calling to you, you got to go get it. Yeah, I know you're a little young, but if your heart says you want to go, your heart says you want to go. So, but the problem is the Rise of Voltec has already left. They already left. So she's out here running, chasing after them. And then I said his Japanese name, Ditto. Ditto's on the ship. And he's kind of sad. He's like, I kind of miss Navi. She was kind of cool. She liked to laugh and have fun. And if you seen this Ditto, he prankster. He liked to play too. And then they all looking at Ditto and they're like, you could, if you want to do what you want to do what you gotta do. So Ditto jump out the plane, and he's like, and honestly, this part broke my heart a little bit. This part broke my heart a little bit. So Ditto, what makes him unique is that when he transforms into other Pokemon, he doesn't get any bigger. He just stays the same size. So Ditto he jumps out the Bregasagi, and we see him in the sunlight. And guess what Pokemon he transformed into Flydown? That man flew down in a mini Dragonite. A mini Dragonite! I was like, oh, Ditto, oh my goodness. So Ditto jumps in Navi's arm, and Navi's like, and then Liko, Roy, Alt, and Doc come down too, and they're like, hey man, you want Ditto? And she's like, I want Ditto. Ditto, she captures Ditto, and then she was like, can I join the team? And I was like, oh, okay, join the team. Wait a minute. You gonna join the team? I didn't see that coming. So she joins the team, and now she's part of one of the Wagner Voltecas. Emma gives the okay, of course. Emma tells the guy, yeah, it's cool for her to go. I'm assuming she's paying for her expenses, because you know what I mean? If I was one of the adults in the Brave Saga, I'm like, we can't just pick up a kid every time we go to a city, you know what I'm saying? We can't just pick a kid up all the time. But I know Roy's grandpa pays for all his expenses, so Roy covered. I know Liko's mom and parents cover her expenses too. And then I know Emma also covers all her Alt's expenses. And then Dot is my man's niece, so she technically is part of the family on the boat. boat plane, whatever it is. So Navi joins the team. She's now part of Team Rise and Volt Techers. And I'm excited to go and see what's next. You know what I mean? I'm excited to see what's next. I want to see what's on episode 144. See we get. I want to see we, you know, we were playing around for a little bit. We do a lot of filler episodes after the Terra Progress arc. But now the story's moving a little bit. We got a new cast member, so I'm like, all right. Where we going now? We doing the Dimensions arc? What we doing? What we doing? We gonna get a Mega Pokemon? I don't know, but I like these episodes a lot. So I'm excited for the next one, and I hope you guys like these reviews. I'm gonna keep trying to do them as much as I can, but don't hold me to it. But I love Pokemon Horizons. I'm all caught up, and I need to talk to somebody about it. So I'm gonna talk to y'all. All right, guys. It's been Derek from E4TCG. I'm out of here. Peace.